So now begins the long process of taking apart my dad's turbo in his BRZ so we can get his new manifold in. And we should be expecting the new manifold to be shipping this Tuesday, so we might as well start this weekend taking this thing apart. And while my dad goes ahead and gets started on that, I'm gonna go ahead and compression check the FRS to see if it's even a viable option to turbo this thing.
You guys, you're gonna think this is crazy. One of the things we talked about was if we're gonna upgrade this and put an LS3 in it, what do we do with that engine and transmission? Well, if this engine is low compression, maybe we take this out, put it over here.
And then you have a perfect, pretty much V8 swapped FRS to drift.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Downside to that is we would end up ripping out AC if we're gonna LS the FRS.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it depends on if we want to have a backup Pro-Am car.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be an advantage.
There's a lot that's going on in terms of what we could do. But for now, I'm just gonna compression check it for my own sake. I want to know if the engine's good if we decide to boost it.
Well, I mean, it rules something out, right?
Yeah.
If the engine has low compression, you have a flat cylinder,
yeah,
and you know you got to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's not, then turbo in it, it makes it simple.
Yeah.
Right? The decision's simple.
So we've recently checked the compression in my dad's BRZ. It's all good. I think it was, 160 PSI across all cylinders. So I'm pretty familiar with how to compression check this thing. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do, take off this ECU bracket right here, take out the coil packs that are right in between the frame rail and the side of the engine, and just take out the spark plugs. And while I'm doing that, I might as well swap them out.
And Alan.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of oil underneath here.
Uh-oh. We got an oil leak?
Yep. So look at that drop. I mean, that's a lot.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's got to be coming out of one of these fittings, right?
I hope so. And for this side, I don't really think you have to remove anything. You just gotta stick your hands down in there and take the coil packs and spark plugs out. It's pretty simple. And before I even start taking the car apart, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the fuel pump fuse, just so when we're going to turn the car over, it's not continuously spraying fuel into each of the cylinders. There we go. And we'll go ahead and start it so we can get all of the fuel out of the lines since that fuse is taken out. It should just die out on us after a couple seconds. I think it was that easy. Or I'm not sure if you're supposed to have the engine running and then pull the fuel pump fuse. Let me know if I did it wrong. I don't think I did. It should be okay. Fast forward about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Manifold is still on the car with a turbo.
We've been here for about 10 hours.
Yeah, right. No, it's really only been about 2 max.
2 max, yeah.
But bumper's off, intercooler piping's off, intake piping for the turbo is off, all the lines are off. All we need to do is just remove the turbo and it is good. Turbo and manifold, actually.
Yeah.
But I am ready to compression test this thing. I have all the plugs right here. They all look like they've seen better days. Definitely looked like it's been running a little rich on all of them. Go ahead and compression tester. All right, we have the compression tester hooked up to cylinder number 4. Your dad's gonna go ahead and turn her over. Let's see. Okay, so the FRS checked out 150 PSI across all cylinders. That's good to know. And with that information, what does that mean?
We have some decisions to make for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. At least it's good to know that this thing is still running strong. And with new spark plugs, she's gonna be even running better than she was before. So this was actually filmed about 2 weeks ago. And as I'm sitting here going through the editing, I realized I never closed this one out. After putting it all together, I felt like it was perfect to have like a little bit of a conversation with you guys with what could potentially happen now. Now, the BRZ needs a new engine harness, and luckily my friend Hunter sent one out to us, and we'll be installing that hopefully this coming weekend. Now, the turbo manifold is already shipped, and I already took it over to get ceramic coated just to, contain all of the heat. But regardless, we have a couple of options. We can take all of the turbo components off of his BRZ, throw them onto the FRS now that we know it has good compression, do fuel pump, injectors, E85 on the FRS, and hopefully make a somewhat reliable 400 wheel. I mean, now knowing that the FRS is good compression, why not use that to our advantage and boost it? Yeah, it would be smart to go forged internals, but there are quite a few people out there that compete with their car on stock motor, stock trans, putting down close to 400 wheel, if not more. But see, the issue with that is the torque. The torque kills the transmissions in the FRS. But we could just stock up on a bunch of transmissions and change them out when need be. It's not that bad. I mean, either way, I just want to get my dad out drifting, and it kind of makes sense for him to drift the FRS as opposed to his BRZ. We don't want him wrecking that BRZ when it's still technically in good condition, at least in comparison to the FRS that has seen a couple wall taps and one wall smash. But I want your guys' input. What do you think we should do now that we know it's good compression? Should we sell it and get more money for it than we would if it were bad in one cylinder or low compression? Or should we just say, whatever, let's boost it? Dad and I have our opinion, we want yours. So make sure to leave it down below. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for leaving your input. Make sure to drop a like on this video. No, this is not a Trump hat. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Peace.